Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to episode number 507 of NoDQ&A Video, right here on NoDQ.com as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A Video's affiliate, RingsideNews.com. The road to Summerslam 2014 continues. Got your questions here from spring.me/Aaron Rift regarding Raw and other topics. So let's get started today with the first one from Chris Mace 39628. Please answer in video. What did you think of the John Cena Paul Heyman promo? I thought it was the best Cena has done in years, and adding Cesaro was great. Your thoughts, please. I posted something on Facebook right after I saw it because I was really impressed with this. And usually I don't comment on Facebook unless there's something I really like or I really hate. In this case, I thought it was an excellent promo by both guys. I think that John Cena was tremendous. I was happy that he played it serious and he didn't do the lame-ass comedy that he does. That just goes to show you that WWE is taking this match very seriously and they're trying to build it up as this big fight of epic proportions. And I'm also happy that John Cena acknowledged the previous match between him and Brock Lesnar, the fact that he beat Lesnar. I'm glad that WWE chose not to ignore that and act like it didn't happen. So yeah, I was really impressed with Cena, and Paul Heyman was just Paul Heyman. He really built up Brock Lesnar, and this opening segment accomplished what it's supposed to accomplish. It made me excited to see the match at SummerSlam, and that's what these promos are supposed to do. So hats off to both guys. They were at the top of their games, and Cesaro also did a very good job, and that led up to John Cena versus Cesaro. And I got this question here from Joe Lindsay 2. John Cena versus Cesaro. That must be Cesaro outside honking the horn because he doesn't want me to talk about how John Cena beat him in that match, but I have to. This is no DQ&A video. The show must go on. Yeah, it was an excellent match. I thought that it was perhaps a pay-per-view quality match. In fact, I think I would call it a pay-per-view quality match. It was, tremendous. And John Cena, once again, proved to everybody that, yes, in fact, he can wrestle. Even though Cesaro said that in the promo, but he was being a heel, talking about how Cena can't wrestle. But Cena went out there and he delivered in the ring, and Cesaro was, his usual self, doing the suplexes and doing all of his big spots, doing the big swing. So I guess WWE changed their minds about not letting him do the swing because it would get a babyface pop. He did it, so I'm glad that he's doing the swing again, and a really fun match, very very exciting to watch. And the crowd was red hot for it. So, yeah, definitely one of the best Raw matches of the year. Got this question here from Kyle Mitchell 84. Hey, Aaron, with Paul Heyman making mention of The Undertaker on Raw by referencing that no one has heard from him, not a phone call or a text message, do you think he'll interfere at SummerSlam? Please answer in video. Well, if he does, there's literally no indication of it. There's no sign that Undertaker is going to be coming back anytime in the near future. But if he was to return at SummerSlam, WWE would do everything in their power to keep it a top secret. If I had to make a prediction, I'd say that it will not happen. But you could look at it this way. Perhaps Undertaker could come back and cost Brock Lesnar the match. Maybe interfere that way. Lesnar doesn't win the title. There's always a possibility of that. I did find it interesting, though, the fact that Paul Heyman not only brought up The Undertaker, but also brought up the fact that nobody has heard from him. That whole line there definitely felt like a tease that maybe he will show up. I certainly felt that way, and I know I'm not the only one. You mentioned it. And several other people actually sent me similar questions about that line. So yeah, it definitely caught my attention. I don't think Undertaker is going to appear at SummerSlam, but if they want to somehow delay Lesnar winning the title, you could always use that as an option, have Undertaker interfere and cost Lesnar the match. I mean, who knows? I mean, that is definitely a possibility, but my gut feeling is Undertaker's pretty much done, but you never know. All right, this one comes from Creature13. What did you think of R-Truth beating Bo Dallas on Raw? I cannot believe it. But no, in all seriousness, I'm a little bit surprised. I figured that they would milk that whole gimmick for a longer period of time and keep it going. But then again, maybe they don't want to build up the streak too much, and they don't want to make Bo Dallas that big. Once he gets to a certain level, they want to bring him back down a little bit. They don't want a guy getting pushed too fast, too quickly, whatever. So I mean, there could be a number of reasons why that happened, why the streak is over already. I was just surprised that it happened so quickly. I thought he would go on with this for another couple weeks at least. This one comes from Bo Lever. Hey Aaron, first time asking, congrats on 500 episodes. Oh, and by the way, I don't believe that the streak ending, I don't believe that streak ending is going to do any harm to Bo Dallas and he's all of a sudden buried or whatever. I don't feel that that's the case. But anyways, moving on to this question from Bo Lever. Do you think Dolph Ziggler will win the IC title at SummerSlam against Miz? Also, you could start promoting the WWE Network as a joke. Also, you should start promoting the WWE Network as a joke. Cheers, keep up the good work. Well, I already thought I was. I mean, I've mentioned several times that the network is an excellent bargain. You can subscribe, $9.99 a month. You get every single WCW pay-per-view, every ECW pay-per-view, every WWE pay-per-view, all the Clash of the Champions, all the Saturday Night's main events. You can watch original programming like Legends House, very hilarious wackiness from those old legends. Yeah, WWE Network, excellent deal, $9.99 a month, better than Netflix. So there. Regarding Ziggler and Miz, that certainly seems to be the direction WWE is going in. I figured it would be Sheamus versus Miz, perhaps a unification match, but that doesn't appear to be the case now. Miz just won the IC title, so my gut feeling tells me he will not be losing this quickly. I don't think he's a transitional champion. As I mentioned in previous videos, I felt that Wade Barrett was, they wanted to have a heel IC champion, and when Barrett got hurt, Miz just stepped in and basically took Wade Barrett's role as the heel champion. So my prediction right now, and it could change as SummerSlam draws closer, I think that Miz will retain. WWE seems to have given up on Dolph Ziggler, although they are starting to push him again, and now they're putting him in a match with The Miz. So at least Dolph Ziggler is getting a feud and most likely a pay-per-view match. So, I mean, that's better than nothing, I guess. All right, this one comes from Super Rookie. Hey Aaron, how would you book Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose once their current feud comes to an end? I would move Dean Ambrose to a position where he's in battle with the other members of the Authority and have Rollins feud with Reigns. Thanks. That seems to be a logical direction. I definitely see Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns having a feud, as I mentioned in previous videos, sometime into 2015. If Roman Reigns wins the WWE title, which I'm predicting, you can have Seth Rollins finally cash in Money in the Bank and do that feud. For Dean Ambrose, I mean, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to put him in there with Triple H. I'd love to see a Dean Ambrose versus Triple H feud. I think that would be very entertaining. And, you can also do Dean Ambrose versus Randy Orton. I'm sure that'll happen. Just look at the top heels, and I'm sure at some point Dean Ambrose will feud with them. All right, this one comes from Yeah Boy Roscoe. Hey Aaron, longtime viewer from Charlotte. Congrats on 500 episodes. Do you think that it is likely we will see a Karma return at SummerSlam to interfere in the Brie-Stephanie match? Please answer in video. Well, that is quite a bit random. I have heard nothing about Karma coming back to WWE. There's been more talk about Nikki turning on Brie in that match and joining up with Stephanie. I think that that's a safer prediction, but if WWE wanted to bring Karma back, I mean, that would be an excellent way to do it. Have her interfere and align herself as Stephanie and make Karma Stephanie's bodyguard. I mean, that would be a great way to utilize her if, the cards were to align and Karma was to return to WWE. That is something you could definitely do. But as of this moment, I mean, there's been no talk about her coming back. So once again, like Undertaker, unless it's some sort of top secret that WWE is trying to keep hidden from people, don't see that happening. All right, one more question here today from Child Incomplete. Hey Aaron, I was curious, being such a big fan of WWE, did you ever consider a career in WWE in terms of being a writer or maybe even a wrestler? Did you ever do any training for fun as a teenager? All right, let's start off with the training. To sum it up here, I was the kid in high school that always got picked last. Never played sports unless I was forced to, and I've never been a sports fan, don't follow sports at all, so that was out. Never even considered being an actual wrestler beyond doing backyard wrestling when I was a teenager for fun. As far as writing for WWE, I like my sanity, so I've never had any interest in that. I wouldn't even consider it, and I wouldn't even be eligible for it. I'm just some idiot talking to a computer screen. The people that WWE hire as writers, these guys have years of experience writing for television. They have college degrees. These people have worked their way into those positions, and they deserve to have the spots, even if we don't think they're very good writers. They paid their dues to get there. So, I don't have any of that, and I have no interest in ever getting involved with that kind of stuff. I mean, I can't even deal with politics on the independent wrestling level, so how would I be able to handle WWE? I would just blow my brains out. Let's just put it that way. All right, that'll do it for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. If you enjoyed, please share this video on Facebook and Twitter or any other social media network site, Instagram, Tumblr, whatever. Anywhere you can spread the word about NoDQ&A video, I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time for another edition of NoDQ&A video. Make sure you check out all the other videos that I posted this week, and stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest in WWE and TNA.